to a new week and a new energy update. In this video, I'm going to take you through an energy update for June 9th to the 16th. These are timeless readings. Whenever you are landing on this video is when you are meant to see it, and there will be a message here for you, regardless of time space, because time and energy are kind of synonymous. Anyway, don't mind me adjusting my camera. I will show you guys my new artwork back here too. Okay, so if you're new to my world, hello, welcome. My name is Emelina Calder. I'm a cosmic shaman, an AKASHIC Records reader, practitioner, a spiritual mentor, a high performance coach, life coach, and business coach. I do all of the things, essentially guiding people to step into their highest life, their highest self, the self that is the least conflicted, the most activated, the most understanding in their personal core values, spiritually and physically, merging those things and then moving through the world very seamlessly as your true authentic self. So that's what I do. If that sounds like your vibe and you haven't subscribed yet, go hit that subscribe button, the bell for notifications. And I love hearing from you guys in the comments. So let me know what resonates for you in this video or what's going on for you within this energy container. All right, those are all the things. I've also got a free link below. I really think you're gonna love my free guided meditation. It is the Sacred Flame of Creation that helps you really attune back into your own source connection, because as we live throughout our days, as we have thoughts and feelings and conversations, we tend to mix our energies with other people, and then sometimes we forget to do a deep cleanse. This is a meditation you can do daily, you could do weekly. It'll help you reestablish your own source connection, do a cleanse, cut any cords, in a very seamless, easy, healed way, so that you can really just connect deeply to yourself and your own personal source connection. So those are all the things. I'm going to continue to adjust because that's what I do. Okay, I will jump right into the reading here. I am channeling the Law of One, which is, I will clarify, not from the raw teachings. The Law of One actually came to me as a channel. I have different entity types that approach me and I work with them like mentors. They are my mentors. And then I really solidify relationships and I move forward with them. So you guys will know Divine Father is one for me, Divine Mother. I work with some dragon clans and dragon families, some Pleiadian collectives, Arcturian collectives. If you've seen my channel for the last several years, I will channel all of those different things. But the Law of One for me, the way they show up for me, is essentially, they are all of the different laws of the mechanics of the universe combined into one channel. They're kind of like a collective, I guess I would say, but it's really universal law speaking through me. And the way that that kind of works, the way that I see it, I'm gonna give you guys a quick comparison. I don't know why they're having me go here, but they are. Okay, so when I channel the Akashic Records, the guides, lords, and guardians of the records are much more abstract. They're kind of like the bird eye view of your spiritual experience. And they'll give you the map. It's almost like flying in an airplane. Okay? That's the comparison. The Akashic Records are flying in the airplane. It's understanding the mechanics of what's going on, what needs to be changed. You can do a lot of healing work in there too. But anyway, that's what's going on there. When I channel the Law of One, it really came to me out of necessity because I was running too much of my spiritual current up out of my upper chakras, and I needed to get more grounded. And when you ground in, the psychic skills change and shift at the body level. So the Law of One came to me to begin channeling the Law of One, which is essentially the flow of life. You can think about the Law of One, the divine mind, the divine map, but you're not flying up in the sky. You're driving and walking, navigating on the ground. So the way the Law of One channels through me is less about being able to read ahead in the timeline, and it has everything to do with the now moment, making the right choice right now based on where your higher guidance is leading you, and trusting that the map is already assembled and that you don't need to see the map. That, if I were throwing the Law of One into a category of how I channel, it's they don't show me the map. And I used to get really frustrated with it, but like I said, without going into my entire journey, I started working with the law of one out of necessity because I was getting paralyzed at the, not paralyzed, but like in some level of paralysis, because I was able to see everything and a lot of things before they happened, and then I had no idea how to move forward as a human. It was like it's been my journey's very interesting. So anyway, I've been working with the law of one for a long time now, and it's really like centering in, getting present, and knowing how to navigate on the ground with your five senses as well as your spiritual senses, but they come off less heady, and the spiritual senses will come through as, how do I even explain this? They're like dominantly immediate. Like, I think they're going to bring this probably in later, but I'll touch on it now. Like relationships, there have been over the last several weeks, I cannot even explain. Like, I will meet strangers or people that I haven't seen in several years. Even I met a couple today, like, and it's like all of a sudden things click into place, and the feeling from my body, and you guys will probably feel this way too. This is how the mechanics of some of the direction psychically come at the grounded body level when you're navigating in the car, as opposed to like being able to see the map and see the entire terraform all the earth, like as in like all of your human experience and understanding how it fits together. Like, this is the grounded body level. Is like, I saw two people today, and that like I knew that somewhere we had scheduled a time to see each other, because, and I hadn't seen them probably in a couple of years. And it's like, when we saw each other, it took a second for it to click, because it landed at my 5D level self, my higher self first. It caught my attention etherically, but I wasn't paying attention up there, so then it grounded in. And then I like stopped, did a double take, stopped again, and went, wait a minute, I know you. But like, my point is, the way that the navigation kind of works at the human level, when you're tuned in to, I want to say psychic, but not all of you will identify with being psychic. It's like knowing that you're on track, on path, and your higher self is managing your map for you without you even having to check in or think about it. It's like those moments where it's like all of a sudden, I don't know how else to describe it. It's like almost like an urgency that comes out of the body, where it's like, whoa, I was supposed to be here at this time, this space, talking to this person right now. And that's very obvious. And they also know that. And it comes off in a really surreal way, because it's also, I love giving you guys personal examples, because I love the human side of this. Is like, even last week, I met a stranger. And when I met them, it was an immediate, as if I had never picked up, left off with a conversation with them that was clearly happening somewhere else, energetically, because I have never met this person. And they were the same way with me. And I was like, this is so interesting. It is surreal. I'm also not surprised anymore, because this is just how spirit works through me. It's almost like there are other either parallel dimensions going on, or other conversations spiritually, where your higher self is in communication with these people. And then it links in physically, because you're listening to your internal GPS system, which is your body, and your emotions, just doing the day-to-day stuff, like whatever is, wherever you're being led intuitively in the moment, as you are present in the moment, like not future tripping, not being a state of anxiety, thinking about all the things that could go wrong in the future, not like ruminating on the past and grieving all of that in the moment. It's literally just being present. And the more present you are, the more you open up very naturally to your higher self spiritual guidance, which flows through automatically, so that you don't have to think about it. In this way, there is no thinking. There's no like, oh, is this the right choice? Oh, is this an inspired action or my ego? It just happens. It just is. The law of one and the far majority of my guides for the last several years have been training me to, I have it posted on my wall, so I'm looking over there. Don't think, just do. I have been, for those of you that don't know, I'm a very air sign. And my guidance systems have been training me into more like fire, automatic impulse, trusting the automatic impulse action. I know that doesn't work with everyone, but it is something that when spirit is constantly moving through you and you can trust yourself, that you can trust your automatic impulses and actions. Now, it was a really beautiful channel. They're literally just flowing it through me. Like I don't, for you guys to know, I mean, this is fun for me. They're not piping in. They're literally, it's just a current that's moving out of my heart and out of my solar plexus. And I can feel it. So this is even a shift for me, which should give you guys permission energetically as well. And the transmission will come through for you guys as well, that you can just leave the mind. How do I even explain it? Like, leave the mind behind. It's not that you're not using your mind. It's that when you're spiritual, a lot of us that are hyper psychic, those psychic skills come in a lot of different mental ways, because a lot of us have very strong mental faculty. So it's how the psychic skills show up. Not for all of you, for a lot of you. Only take that, you know, if it resonates. And as always, take what resonates, leave the rest. This is a collective read. Okay, so the body. So the spiritual, psychic, intuitive skills are channeling in for many of you at the collective level in a more automatic way that might seem like you are just human. You're just human. And it's actually an evolution and an elevation, because your new baseline experience of being just human is an elevated or evolved human, which is as if you were to have left this planet, gone to the other side, decompressed, came back and were rebirthed into your body. As if you didn't have to do all of the healing work, all of the trauma recovery, all of the reconciliation, all of the healing. It's as if you were born now with a reset in a new, a more evolved operating system, more evolved like human body even. If you didn't have the past of all of the work that you had to do to get here, and you just stepped into your current vibrational frequency of where you are now after having done all those things, like, I don't know how else to explain this. Hopefully this is working out for you guys mentally, but it's like an evolutionary process that the collective, so many of us have, like millions of people have been working through this so actively that it's like that, what do they call that? The 100th monkey, where it just clicks and then the rest of humanity gets access to whatever that thing is. The way that that's supporting us is that these intuitive skills that we've all been really like anchoring into and working on for a very long time, many of you, even those of you that are new, you've just been subconsciously working on it. It's almost like there's been a hard system reset at the collective level, which means there's less struggle to get the intuitive data that we used to have to think more about, ponder, meditate, get clear, and then the data would come through. It's almost it's almost like, I'm not gonna say what they just streamed through to me, but it's so inappropriate. But it's like you're just living your life, okay? And as a product of you living your life with this new elevated operating system, you're automatically moving better. You're automatically more in tune, intuiting your own soul data and higher self frequency without effort. Obviously, only take this if this feels right for you and applies to you. Again, this will not be the like be all end all for everyone. I am reading a specific frequency of the collective. If you haven't done this work and you are like trauma dumping, running away from shit, like, I don't know, like I can't imagine you'd be watching my videos, but then this wouldn't apply for you. So, I mean, you know, rational thought's good. If it feels like it's you, great. If it doesn't, and it's conflicting what you think and believe or what you've put in effort around yourself and your own healing work, well, then this message probably isn't for you. You're not just going to all of a sudden be swept up into like the benefits without putting in the work. We can, of course, things can be easy in our journey, and things can always get easier and easier and easier. But something I was reminded of last week, I had a couple of pretty big breakthroughs. Like, somebody reminded me, a friend, that they were like, well, this worked out for you because you are the type of person that will not, this is the way how it's coming through, but this isn't what they said. I can't remember exactly. It was like, will not take no for an answer. Like, and that's not from any state of like manipulation or anything. It's literally like me and the universe. I don't think you guys have any idea. Maybe I'll answer it in this video or in another video, how much I advocate for my human needs at the spiritual level. Because most of us that do big spiritual work, like spirit can be very, very demanding. Other higher self connections can be very demanding. There's a lot of demands energetically. And we learn how to kind of deal with those demands at the physical level with relationships. I feel like a lot of us do, at least. You know, like exiting codependency, dealing with relationships, learning how to create healthy boundaries. But here's the thing, and maybe I'll be the one to do the education on this at some point. All of those same boundaries need to also be set emotionally, mentally, and energetically, both with all the other humans and with spirit, and with the different types of entity types. Like, I don't even know, like I stick to things that are in my lane. Anyway, I'm not gonna go down that track. We don't need it. Sweep it away. Okay, so let me just pull my energy back. What was I saying here? What I was saying is I realized that there are some people watching that spirit was just very seamlessly being like, do the call out. Because also those of you that have been putting in the work need this anchored in as well. You will receive the benefits of your work. Like, when you put in a vast amount of personal development effort, you can expect God to tip things in your favor, rather automatically as a form of fate mixed with destiny, because you have claimed your fate, you have claimed your karma, you have claimed your actions, and God, the universe, infinite intelligence, doesn't expect you to get it all perfectly right. You know, there's a few different ways of going about this. You know, I think Abraham Hicks says you just need to get it 51%, and then the momentum starts to move in the direction where spirit can take over. Divine Mother always tells me personally to take it to 80. And she tells me if you can get 80% of your actions in alignment, your emotions and your thoughts, really just comes down to actions. If you can get the actions in alignment with your energy to the percentage level of 80%, spirit will hit the gas and fill the gaps for everything for you. Now, where else do I want to touch on that? There's a few things there. Divine Mother tells me 80% because I am I am the spiritual psycho that will be like, it has to be perfect. Like, I have to be perfectly in alignment. So I will take it to like 95%. I don't leave room for error. I'm not interested in it. So like, I'm a balls to the walls type of person. I feel like I'm fairly quiet about it, but like, really my intensity is in my personal integrity. If I haven't said it yet on this stream, integrity is like the most important value to me. So physicality, like physical actions matching with emotions, thoughts, intentions, and energy is literally quite literally where all of my energy is. I'm always checking myself, making sure I am in constant alignment. I am not lying to myself or to others. Truly, you guys. And I don't know, I'll tap in a little bit more. You know what? They're just telling me to share it, and whatever you get from this message is what is meant for you. I'm not telling you you have to live this way. I'm just specifically sharing the experience because that is right now the intuitive energy that's being asked of me is like surrounding my body, and it's coming through my heart, but in a way that is so grounded that is, for those of you that are psychic, this is me just explaining the process to help help train you in a way, or give you permission to do it this way if you'd like. It's so grounded and so rooted that I know that my human is in demand right now, that spirit wants the human to speak over the spiritual channel, but the human is the spiritual channel. It just depends on how you channel, how you move. For those of you that don't know, when your actions are in pretty constant alignment with your energy, you're a channel. You're an open channel, because your energy is your higher self. Your energy is your intention. Your energy is your spirit. If your actions are in alignment with your energy, with your intention, with your spirit, with your higher aspects, with your aspirations, then your energy is in alignment, in like almost like a straight line. It means you're fully connected with yourself and with source. Okay, guys, circle me back. And I can feel I know some of you do stuff like this, like me on YouTube, and need some of the validation or like permission around, like, I can feel, I'm literally just going to talk through my psychic process because I know this is going to help a bunch of you. I can feel that that part of the message ended because the energy moved outside of my body. And I felt like a relief. And I went, oh, that message is complete. Okay. And that's why, like, I was like, hold on, wait, I have to catch my thoughts now, because it's like the message stopped. And I can always tap into the mental side of it and be like, yo, law of one, tell me what's going on. But right now I'm kind of walking you through how I perceive the spiritual data through my body, because that is what is being asked for and demanded of us this week. They're showing the next 3 weeks, actually. I don't know the significance. I'm not even going to ask. This is such a different, like, sort of channel for me. They're all kind of like this. I'm always in training for you guys to know. So the second that I, like, really get something down, like, Spirit's like, okay, try this. Like, try something different. Training wheels are off. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm very much an open book. There are also, literally all of my attention is getting drawn to the painting, so I think I need to show you that, or maybe tell you what's going on there. But literally, again, so this is how you navigate your, like, physical channel. That is your spiritual channel that's open. I can feel my energy pulling me into the painting, and I'm almost like trying to overcome it and being like, no, I don't want to talk. That doesn't mentally make sense. Why would I talk about the painting? I need to channel. And that's what we're doing at the collective level. We're like, no, but the mind needs to run the show. But like but that doesn't make sense. Like, why would I go do that when my mind says that that's not logical? And it's like, toss it out the window. We love logic. We love reason, but not at the fault of everything else. The energy speaks volumes. So you want to move in the direction of your energy. Pay attention to the impulses. It's up to you to know whether or not they're egoic impulses or spiritual impulses. I literally was gonna say, I don't know if I need to explain it. The quick explanation there, the egoic impulses tend to be more fearful. And we do have a spiritual ego, and spirit can speak through fear, but it's a distortion. So it's anything that's like based in fear and anything that's attached to the outcome. And it's not bad to be attached to the outcome. It's more that it's an indication that your ego is now involved. That's all. Spiritual data can still come through even if you're attached to an outcome. It just means that your ego is running interference. That your ego might overtake some of the spiritual energy and be like, but it's got to be like this. And then it'll feed it as if it's spiritual energy. For whoever needs to hear that. I know there's a bunch of you that would like to know that background info. Okay. Spirit, what do you want me to talk about the painting? Maybe I just need to show you guys. Oh, it's the process. Okay, so this has been different for me. For you guys to know, normally when I paint, I have a specific style. I anchor in styles so that I can... I have like a process and a style where I go through specific steps on repeat. So every painting is different, but the process is always the same for me. This, my loves, has been different. And Spirit asked me to do it in a very different way. I'm in the middle of developing a process. And this, I can feel that this relates to this week. I'm just going to go through it and then I'll try to unpack the message after. But this is where they're taking me, all right? So I'm in the middle of developing this process. I'm not going to lie, I get a little insecure mid-process. So that's something you guys are likely dealing with. And it's part of the process and you just got to respect it. So it's like, I know you guys can't see because this is like, it's getting towards some level of completion. The first layer was me emotionally just dumping. I wasn't very happy with it. I have taken photos of every single layer too, and maybe I'll upload them somewhere. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna speak from the side. We'll see if this works. So here's the deal. What do you guys need me to say about this? Oh, the codes! Okay, so there's a ton of light language that I built into this. But anyway, the process is built in layers, and you have to trust each layer of your life, each layer of action. When you make mistakes, you have to trust that you will correct them, like adding a new layer of paint or a new color. You know, this was much more in the beige tones when I started, and I really didn't like it. So that's like your life. Like when things are starting to unfold and you realize they're not the coloration or the quality of energy that you want in your life or the actions of the people or whatever it is, the results, you can make subtle adjustments. But it took me 4 layers of paint on top of this to realize that I needed more cool tones. That's just really simple, very human, very action, automatic oriented. But in the process, I didn't plan this painting at all. But in the process of showing up for it, I figured it out within, I don't know, collectively 4 hours last week or something. So that's like, that's how you can follow the impulse of spirit and know that at every layer, every day, every new moment, whatever it is, whatever the layer is for you, you can make new decisions based on what you've created to create a new rendition or something new, or to improve something that you already have based on what you're experiencing now, without punishing yourself for whatever you created in the past. So for me, it would be like without punishing myself for the first layer I created, which I really didn't like. The second layer I created was very dark. Not dark by like dark standards, but dark for me. And then like, I don't know, this is probably my 5th or 6th layer of paint. Maybe a little bit more. And I'm like getting really happy with it. So, I mean, it's a very simple process. It's the artistic process. It's also the intuitive process. Like, you don't have to get it right out of the gate. You just have to participate. You just got to show up. Spirit will guide you with your actions every day based on your participation. You don't have to get it perfect. You don't have to plan ahead. Truly, your higher self is doing the plans for you. What you need to do is get in alignment with your higher self, which is to focus on bringing your actions in alignment and integrity with your intentions. So if you have a dream, let's say you want to be an actor or an actress, and you keep dreaming and dreaming and dreaming, keeping it up in the fantasy realm, and you're like, I'll do this one day, I'll think about it, or bop, 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 bop. And you never do it, but you feel like in your heart it's something you're meant to do or meant for, that's something that's not in current integrity. So the way that you get in spiritual alignment with your higher self is you are constantly bringing yourself into action in integrity with your energy, with your dreams, with your desires, with your intentions. Another easy one they're giving me is like, you want to be fit, you want to be hot as hell, and you're pigging out watching television and never lifting a weight or never going for a run, or I don't know, whatever the exercise is going to be for you. Like, that's not in integrity. That is your energy working in conflict with you. I'll ask them for more messaging on this, but it's really about getting your actions in alignment with your energy, with your higher self, with your intentions, They're saying to me right now, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You can't just intend it. You have to do it. You don't have to do it all now, and you don't have to do it all perfect. You just have to participate, be willing, and show up with whatever you got right now, whatever your capacity is right now. Spirit will lead you forward more and more and more with more impulsive actions that are spiritually impulsive actions, in order to help you fill the gaps, because Rome wasn't built in a day. One of my crystals I was channeling this morning told me this. Rome, I mean, obviously it's a common phrase, but that was something that came through for me this morning. Rome was not built in a day. If you intend to build the castle of your dreams, or the community, the civilization, an empire, you better start. You better put your nose to the grindstone and not burn out. Because when you're building an empire, your dream life, it's not going to be built in a day. It's built over collective effort. So you have to get very, very, very good about stacking effort. And all of the effort has to be in alignment with your spiritual, energetic, higher self mission. And that mission is usually based in your desires, the true desires of your heart, not the matrix desires. Now, there's always overlap. We can have matrix desires like having homes and stuff like that. And that stuff could be the true desires of your heart. Or family, or lovers. I don't know what other people always ask me. Let's see. Your life purpose, your career, you know, whatever. You can have it all. I'm not going to dive into it. What else do you guys need me to say on the painting? Light codes. Is that it? Working layer by layer and trusting the process. Because right now, this is looking pretty to me. I'm into it. Okay, and this painting's for me, so that's what's important. But my point to you that they're sending through to me is that I was very insecure through the process, to the point where I was calling a dear friend of mine that loves my paintings, and I said, "Listen, I'm really insecure about my process. I haven't like worked a new painting process." I mean, I did in the last couple of years, like once, but it's really like a very previous version of me, in my early 20s. And I don't know, I felt a little rusty. All right, so I called them, and they were walking me through it. They're like, just keep going, just you make mistakes, it's gonna be okay. And that might be something else that you need, or that you have around you, is it's like, it's okay to have a cheerleader. If you're getting yourself into alignment with your intentions, you're just starting new projects, you're just beginning the path to a new dream or aspiration or way of being or lifestyle, you might need a little like cheerleader on the side. I think everyone's got one. It took me a minute to realize who mine were, but it's like, I think we all have access to that in some form or another. I didn't think I did, and then when I picked my head up, I was like, oh, I do. Support will come forward to you when you are in alignment, again, with your energy, your intention, and your actions. Clearly, this entire stream is about energetic alignment and integrity in action. In action, not inaction. Does that make sense? Okay, hold on. A thought just came in and then it slipped, but I knew it was important, so let me see. Oh. When there is a need, expect the need to be filled. The law of one is the flow. It's like the traffic lights and the automatic flow of the entire system in the country for transportation. Like, that's the law of one. It's like looking at the whole map on the system. It's the whole grid. So I'm channeling essentially the grid of how all energy flows together and works in harmony. With that, when you have a need, the opposite is always true in the moment. So like when you have a need, that need must be filled. And as long as you don't provide resistance or blocks or get in the way about it, the flow of life, the law of one, will find a way to bring the fulfillment of what you need in the moment to you. A lot of us miss those cues because we go, but I need this big thing. And what shows up is not this big thing, whatever that thing is for you. But what shows up is the next step. What shows up is the immediate need. And the more present you are the easier those needs will be filled, regardless of who or what you think should fill them, or how they've been filled for you in the past. Like the law of one, it's a very automatic flow as long as you are not putting up resistance, the resistance is usually mental. It's like, oh, it can't work that way. Oh, it can't be that easy. Oh, even though I can feel this impulse to go to this place or do this thing or call this person, I'm not going to do it. Now, again, we're riding a fine line here. We always ride a fine line when you're with Emelina, because I'm constantly working the balance between spirit and humanity. It's always going to be a fine line. You're always walking a balance in this territory, because if you skew too high up into spirit, into 5D, you're not really living down here. Like relationships get real washed out. It's just like a trip. If you're too human and you don't have enough connection with your spiritual current and energy, you're very material, materialistic, attached to money. No issues with money. We love money. But it's the over-attachment to things and objects, the over-attachment to people. That's the material side when you're too human. So it's a really gentle balance of riding the line in between. Can you keep the channel open between your material needs being taken care of and your higher self needs being in direct alignment, so that it's like they're showing me money just flowing. Money, energy, spiritual currency, that's what it is. They're showing me just like coins, like dumping through your head. When you're in your spiritual alignment with your higher self can, it's almost like it's looking down on you, not down on you, but like over you protectively. And when you're in alignment, it can go, oh, that's the resource you need. And it's almost like a video game character, right? You're like going through, it's like, boop, boop, boop. Okay, health points, like, boop, boop, boop. All right. Like, I don't know why I'm doing that, but I am. Pick up coins, do whatever, like you're collecting resource, because now you're the player, right? At the higher self level. So as long as you stay in alignment with your higher self, you've got an entire another entity version of you that is playing the game with you, that has automatic access to you to direct you when you need it, because the higher self, like a video game player versus us down here as video game characters, the higher self, as if you were playing a computer game or video game, can see ahead and say, and is like looking at the health points on the chart or whatever. I don't play video games, but like you guys will, like I'm trying to give references, whatever, you'll get some of them. It's like as you're playing the game, you can see ahead roughly a little bit farther than the actual character. Oh, I'm gonna need more health points, or like, oh, we're out of resource, or like, oh, I need to find some weapons, or like, I don't know, what else do you do in video games? I need to send out a call to some friends or whatever. Like I need more support to build whatever it is that I'm building. The higher self can see a little bit farther and can see already based on the health points, the spirit points, the friendship point, whatever's coming up. Then there's us on the ground. Imagine being in a video game, okay? You're now the video game character. You don't know that somebody's playing you, right? Like I know you'll track with me, okay? So now you're the character in the game. This is the human. This is who you are. And you're like running around, and then all of a sudden you're like, F, I'm hungry. I don't have any food. You're like checking your like bag. You're like, there's no food. Where do I get food? And now the human goes into a straight freaking panic, because the human's like, I have no food. Whatever that food is, okay? That could be love, that could be money, that could be resource, it could be friendship, it could be career opportunity, it could be life purpose, whatever the human's panicking about, all right? But here's the thing, the higher self already knows. The higher self is like, no, don't panic, chill the F out. I can already see ahead. You just got to go a half mile down the road, and there's no threats on the road. It's like perfect and undeniable. It's going to be very easy. And actually, when you get there, there's not only food, there's treasure, and there's a map, and it's going to be so fun. But the character, the human version, is like throwing their hands up, crying, screaming, like throwing a temper tantrum, like, my world is ending, I don't have enough food. And the higher self is like, oh my God, just walk forward. It's just a half a mile. It's clear. There are no threats. Just go. Now, I'm happy they're streaming this through this way. This is fun. When we, at the human level, that throwing the temper tantrum is an anxiety attack. It's like, it's just assuming no help is coming. It's assuming no help is on the way. It's assuming that your automatic impulse or direction is not appropriate and that you should override it with your mental mind, because maybe in that moment, this character being without food, maybe they just ate an hour ago too, right? It's like, quit panicking. Like, what are you panicking about? Chill out. It's like, sit down for a moment, be present, identify your needs. What are your core needs? If you ate an hour ago and you're out of food right now, this is not an opportunity to panic. You're good. So it's like, okay, just move forward, assume that the resources will be met, because there's no world in which you, in this case, in this character, like in this world, there's no version of you that is starving permanently and dies. Like, it's like, let's just go there, right? Like, so it's like, okay, if that's not true, then the resource must be met. And then it's like, get present, balance yourself, whether it's meditating, whether it's listening to some music, dancing, moving. A lot of it is very physical. A lot of this intuition is physical. It is just moving. When the mind is racing and over dramatizing and overthinking, the best thing you can do is move. It's like, don't try to rationalize with the irrational thoughts. Like, that's not gonna work. Trust me, I've tried. That's when you put the stuff down and take a walk around the block. Just go somewhere just to go somewhere. The act of moving turns on the internal intuition in the body. Once the body starts moving, it's like placing your foot on the gas in the car. Oh, that's a good way of describing it. Thanks. Okay, so when you're in mental analysis paralysis, just overthinking, it's like you sitting in the car in the garage wishing you were at a coffee shop. And you're thinking and you're going, okay, so when I get out, I'm gonna back out the driveway, and then I'm gonna back out a little bit more, and then I'm gonna look forward, and then I'm gonna place my foot on the gas 20%, not too much, just 20%, and then I'm gonna go a little bit more, and then I'm gonna look ahead, and then I'm gonna go to that stop sign, and then when I get to that stop sign, I'm gonna look both ways and pause, and then I'm gonna make a left. Are you guys exhausted? Yeah, because I'm exhausted even acting this out. It's like, that's what we do when we're in the mental analysis, mental paralysis, when we're constantly thinking like, okay, what am I gonna do? How is it gonna be perfect? Before I take action. What you need to do is just get in the fucking car and drive. And here's the thing. You guys know how to drive. It is an automatic system that is built into the human operating system. Oh, wow, that's really great. Okay, so you don't need to try to be intuitive. You are intuitive. Intuition is your natural state of being. Being in alignment with your higher self is natural. What stops that natural state of alignment is your mind's desire, your ego's desire to interrupt your flow and to take over and to analyze. I'm going to pause and just tell you guys very transparently what's going on for me right now. I am so grateful. That message just hit me like a ton of bricks. The human me. And I'm like, whoa, really? Huh. So I don't know. I'm just sitting with that for a moment. And I just saw 4-4 on the timer. And in 30 seconds, we'll hit 4-4-4-4. So I'm claiming it ahead now. So re-emphasis on my message. 44-11 I saw too. Holy cannoli. The intuition is your natural state of being. You know why they're hitting me over the head with that? It's because I work so hard at it. But recently I've just been moving with my body and things have been working out like tirelessly well without my active effort. Which has been very life-changing for me, I guess I would say. It's like a quantum shift. It's like a total paradox shift for me. 4-4-4-4! I got the number. 4-4-4-4. Angel numbers, come on in. So, okay, I'm just gonna sit with that for a sec. Where was I going with that? They're training me. They do this very frequently with me. I told you I'm constantly like being trained by spirit. They train me so that I have like an integrated understanding of the message before like they know ahead of time what message they're going to be sending through me for you guys. And it's almost like they put me through training so that I can speak the human language to you and not just bring it through as a channel, which is what I used to do years ago, because that's where I was able to meet you guys. And they know, because I advocate for the human with spirit. And at the human level, I would tell spirit all the time, I'd be like, listen, your messages are great, but we just don't understand them. Like, you have to make it more human. Here's the thing about spirit. Spirit, depending on who you're channeling, what you're channeling, is not human. It's not human. Some of spirit's human, right? The other humans. But a lot of big entity types that we channel don't have a human experience. So the way that they speak is more abstract, and it's beautiful. And I fall in love with the abstractness, of course. But it's not practical. It's not human. It doesn't come in a language that humans understand. So it becomes very difficult to integrate into your daily life. Through the years, I have advocated continually through my work to say, but make it more human. Like, whenever I would talk to my channel, I'd be like, that's beautiful, got it, but what does that effing mean for the human? What does that mean at the human level? Explain it to me like a human. If you were a human, what would you say? Like, literally, I dissect my channels this way. I've been doing this for a very long time, which is why I can give very good human advice from spirit, is because my channel, my body, my higher self demands that the humanity is met and advocated for in a way where spirit can speak through what it is at every level to be human, so that we can understand how to integrate spirit into what we already are, so that we don't have to feel like we're reaching outside of ourselves to become something that we're not, because we're human. To be human is to be vastly emotional. Like, so thinking that you could just be calm as a cucumber 24/7 is ridiculous. Even though spirit will say that sometimes, you know, depending on the channel, the person, etc., will be like, you need to be calm all the time. And it's like, well, but that literally is to go against being human. So try again. I get saucy. Like, spirit loves me the way I am. Thank you very much. And you too. Okay, so where am I going with this? Where are you going with this, y'all? Let's like kick it up a notch. I don't know. What do you want to do? The human needs. God bless the human needs. Human needs. That was part of the flow. Okay, so, oh, yeah, got the whole download. I'm getting hit in the head now. Okay. Intuition is your natural state of being. Intuition moves through your body. Pay attention to your body's needs. This is not to take into account addiction, because addiction overrides the intuition. Just know that. I'm like placing a pin in that, so you guys aren't like, I have to always trust every body need. Like, no, addiction's real. And addiction, I'll just cover this very quickly, and then I'm gonna scoot back over. Just for those of you that need to know. So addiction could be a sugar addiction. I know a lot of people that smoke, in some way or another, vaping. It's any level of substance, alcohol. Oh my gosh, so many people have alcohol addictions. No shade, just being very transparent. So it's like, there's substance addictions, there are food addictions, there are emotional patterns and addictions that come across as emotional intoxication. You can think about that when you're emotionally spinning out, when you're completely emotionally irrational, when you're creating stories to back up your really low vibe emotions that are not there as a release. They're more like, they take on like a nature of like, I would call it like PTSD. It's like a repetition of a really negative emotional pattern to then verify or store a story or create a story. That you're not lovable, or you're not, I don't know, that's always, I feel like that's always the one. It's like, everything always comes down to like, are you lovable or not? Even if it's down to money, it's like, well, really it has to do with worthiness, right? Which is really whether or not you think you're lovable. or feel you're lovable rather. Okay, you guys, bring me back. I got lost on that track again. Okay, so besides addiction patterns, the body is leading you forward, right? Like a lot of intuition comes through the body. A lot of intuition comes through the emotions. So if you're clear and you can understand the difference between ego versus spirit, or in the body and in the emotional field, it's addiction versus intuition. Is it really that clear? Holy shit, I think it's that clear. It's like, can you tell the difference between addiction or intuition? Because they feel the same. They feel like a very impulsive. It's an impulse. Spirit feels just as impulsive as an addiction, honestly. So it's up to you to have the discernment to be able to tell the difference within yourself. Is this an addiction pattern or is this intuition? The way that you do that is you handle your addictions. You do your best, right? I mean, you don't have to be 24/7 free of everything. It's hard. We're human. Self-soothing is real, however that's going to be. Also, let me add in, addiction patterns can be relationships, you guys, and toxic relationships. That's addiction patterns. Okay, those are emotional addictions. Also physical addictions. So if you're very substance-free, you might have emotional addiction patterns. Again, no shade. We've all got them. Okay? Like, I'm just here to make the unconscious conscious. Being human is so great. But for real. I also want to say hello to everyone that's in here right now and all the comments. I haven't seen them all. But okay, let me see if I can circle back again. I love that they were bringing my attention back. Sometimes I lose the track. All right, Spirit, where were we going with that? Intuition in the body. I know there's another track, but I think it'll circle back for me anyway. Anyway, so listen to your body. Your body will tell you what you need, whether it's like a specific food that you need to eat or not to eat, where you need to go, if you need to go for a walk, if you need coffee or don't need coffee today, or whatever the thing is. The body will even tell you when it's done with things that are typically more addictive or pattern oriented. Like, your body could just one day be like, you know what, I don't need coffee. And then you know what happens is like the mind overrides it and goes, but I do coffee every day, so I'm not gonna not have coffee. The body just said like, actually, we don't need that today. So it's really like, be present with, tune into your body. You can breathe into your body, into your cells in meditation in a few minutes a day. That'll center you into your body. That's enough for you and your intuition to be turned on all day, theoretically. Trust your body when things are happening, unless you're hurting yourself in any way, like eating bad foods that affect you adversely or things like that, you know. Trust your body when you're in front of other people. Whatever their thoughts, projections, energy is, you will feel, whether or not you are empathetic. Some people are like, empaths feel everything. Actually, everybody feels everything. It's just like empaths have it dialed on high. And some other people are just really great at their consciousness just goes, I don't care. So it's like, you know, you can just tune into how you're feeling around people, and you'll start to realize very clearly, like, what sorts of energies are around you, what's yours, what's not. Generally speaking, feeling good is yours. You can claim that. Or whatever you're feeling in the moment, you'll know based on how you feel, that's yours. Everything else, like, isn't yours. I'm making this stuff simple for a reason, because I want you to take it away. And then when you come up with questions later, flag me down in some of the comments and I'll try to tackle more and more chunks of this. Energy alignment and energy mastery is a very complicated situation. And I literally, it's like, you're looking at like 16 years of like very active 24/7 personal development from me. So I and 5544, that was another angel number that just popped in. So I guess what I'm trying to say is grab the collection of my work, because like nothing is ever black and white. And I specifically try to make things feel a little bit more black and white, because without it, it's harder to learn. So right now, I would say the big message is trust your body. All right? Trust your body. Anything that feels like an addiction probably is an addiction. Don't trust the addictions, okay? What do I say? Don't shame them either. It's not an opportunity for you to go on a shaming path for yourself and be like, oh, I'm terrible, I'm addicted to this. It's like, let it go. Like, acknowledge that part of yourself that needs something that's not getting the human need met, so you're meeting it yourself through some level of self-soothing, which is all addiction is. It's a level of getting your needs met through self-soothing in a way that you don't believe your needs will be met without you doing the thing. It is a lack of God in your life in that way. I'd say a lack of integrity, but again, not from a place of shame. It's just information, we could say, for you to acknowledge, like, oh, that's something that maybe I could bring a little more conscious attention and awareness into and change depending on how drastic the addiction is. Beautiful. Thank you. Is there anything else that was left that I haven't touched on within that stream of consciousness? They said, you know what you need to do is you need to congratulate yourself for walking through the minefield without getting hit. Oh my gosh. Stop texting me. I love you, but stop texting me. Okay. The reason why they said it was a minefield is because I had to trust my automatic impulse from my body. The intuition is coming through my body today. And they told me they weren't going to override and give me the information, but they just did. So I know that this is pretty complete because they just came in. And by they, I mean the law of one. So, I mean, that's another message too. When you're at the body level, the body intuition, it's hard to trust. It's not hard to trust. It's just, you have to trust the unseen. You have to trust that things are going to work out, even though you have no idea. And it's like, I don't know, it's like you're getting in your car to go to the grocery store because you need avocados to make avocado toast. So you're sitting in your kitchen and you're visualizing. This is what you guys are doing at the higher self level. Like, I'm visualizing, I want avocado toast. I'm going to have avocado toast. I'm tasting the avocado toast in my mouth. Can you tell I'm a millennial who lives in Los Angeles? Like, avocado toast. Just like, it's like you're visualizing, you're thinking about it. You're like, I'm going to put crushed pepper on it. It's going to be delicious. Like, you're like feeling all the feelings about eating the avocado toast. They're making this drastic for a reason, I promise. Dramatic. And you're sitting there in the kitchen going, why isn't my avocado toast here? What? Spirit, you don't love me because I just have been visualizing all morning and I don't have avo toast. And Spirit's like, B, get it together. Like, get in your car. Go to the grocery store. Go get the ingredients you need. You've done enough visualizing. You know what you want now. Go. Trust your body. Take the effing actions. This is how easy it is to accomplish your dreams. That's what they're showing me. It's as simple as you visualizing, like, oh, I'd like some avocado toast. It's like whatever the creation is. Oh, I want to create right now. I want to create some art. I want to create some money. I want to create some business. I want to create some relationship. Whatever the creation is, you are here to create. They're bringing all of my attention into the angel numbers, by the way. I just like saw 59. Like literally just start paying attention to the synchronicities because it's where in the moment your attention is being brought to tell you whether or not you're on track or off track. So whatever your dream is, in this case, the Spirit's giving you the example of avocado toast so that you could laugh, okay? And so that you can get the message in a very human way. Again, very human. Avocado toast. Stop dreaming about the avocado toast, or I mean, you can dream about it, but don't cry about it. That it's not here. Okay? It's like they're making it this absurd because this is how your businesses are built. This is how your dream careers are built. This is how the love of your life shows up. Like it's like go do it. Like once you're done visualizing and you're done in the moment, like once you decide what you want and you feel in your intuition, oh yeah, that's what I fucking want, go align with it. Go get it. And that's not from the place of like, if we talk about masculine feminine dynamics where you have to go chase and it's not like that. It's like whatever the next step is, all right? Just like go do the thing. Go start planning. It's really get into action. Start trusting your body. Do what you got to do. Be in movement with your dream in the physical. Anchor it in as many ways as you possibly can in your physical reality. Get it done. Not from the place of overaction, but from the place of trusting the internal impulse of your automatic movements at the physical action level without overdoing it. It's like moving the needle forward. So anyway, there's more steps to this that they did send through. So get in your car, you're gonna go to the grocery store to get the avocado toast because you specifically had the visualization of making it at home, maybe even with a friend, okay? So then you gotta call the friend and be like, hey, you wanna come over and make some avocado toast? I'll have everything ready in like an hour and a half. Now, here's where there's another stumbling block on our manifestation process. We get in the car, we know we're going to the grocery store. This is like the higher self stepping in saying, I know you have this specific career in mind. I know, I don't know, that's, give me some other examples. Like, what are some other specific directions? I know there's a specific amount of money I'm looking to create. I know, I'm looking for more friends. I know that I'm looking for the love of my life I don't like love using that phrase, but, what's a better way of saying that? I'm looking to bump into my life partner. That's how I'll say that. That feels better as opposed to looking. I know some of you are looking to have children. It's like, I know that I'm gonna have kids or whatever, like whatever the circumstances are, whether or not it's challenging. It's like, okay, so it's like you set the goal, you have the trajectory. Then you have to trust the automatic impulses that show up mechanically to get you there. Okay, so what they're showing me is like you pulling out of the driveway, going to the stop sign, making a left, right, wherever you're going. You're going to the grocery store, and then all of a sudden, in your consciousness, you forget you're going to the grocery store, and you freak the F out, and you go, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not on my life purpose, nothing's working out for me, and then you stop trusting the process. And the process is your higher self being in alignment with you, giving you the direction so you can get to the MF grocery store, okay? Like, it's very simple. When we step out of alignment with our higher selves and we are no longer in integrity with our energy, we no longer have the automatic impulse, the automatic Google Maps navigation system in order to get where we're going. Again, in this case, the grocery store, or the relationship, or the money, or the career opportunity, whatever it is. And when you freak out and you stop paying attention to where you need to go next, and then you start over planning, like, oh no, my mind is going to take over. I'm not going to trust my higher self. And then you're like, I have to go to the grocery store. And then what you do is you park the car and you sit there and you go, I'm sorry, you guys. I forgot to set my notifications on, off, and I'm getting slammed with texts by several different people. And I know it stops my stream and then starts it again. So apologies. I'll sync up. We'll let the audio and the visuals sync up together. Oh my God, dear God. Hold on. I'm like, I might actually need to set the notifications off. Okay, so Literally watch this. Okay, this is crazy. So what they were explaining to me is stopping your connection with source, pulling over, parking your car, and then using your analyzing mind instead of the source connection. And you guys just watched 5 text messages come in, which I know just split up the stream and made it a little bit harder to listen to. It causes interference. That's their point. It causes interference. Why even do it? Of course we're going to do it because we're human. So there's no shame and no shade as always. But the point is, it's like showing you the system of how the navigation of spirit works so that you can learn to retrust your body, pull the car out of the side of the road, put it back into motion, which is moving. It is action. It is in movement with your body, with your energy. That movement could be going to a coffee shop. That movement could be calling a friend. That movement can go to the grocery store. That movement could be going for a walk. That movement could be getting a coffee. I don't know. That movement could be eating. Conscious. It's conscious movement. It's moving from the place of trust. It's moving from the place of joy. It's moving from the place of assuming things are going to work out. It's moving from the place of stillness, of being happy, of just being pleasant. Assuming things are working for you. It doesn't have to be like, I'm manifesting so hard and I'm going to go do this because this is going to get me this result. It's really like, I'm just going to be happy. I'm going to be in pleasure with myself and I'm going to listen to the next right step, next right step, next right step. And I'm going to trust that my higher self knows what I want and will guide me towards the things and give me the ideas and give me the thoughts. And then I'm going to wrangle those thoughts and those new ideas that I get, and I'm going to move those things into action. I'm going to create the new program or the new activity or the new business. I'm going to put myself out there. Those of you that are dating, at some point I'll do dating videos because I get lots of, I do a lot of coaching around it actually. It's like getting yourself out there. If you don't like specific things like online dating, stop doing them and replace them. Don't just stop them and then have no activity. Replace them with other activities that are more physical, that are more fun. And then when you replace them with new activities, this is clearly a message for someone because it's coming through so strongly. Don't be a effing wallflower, okay? Like, if you want to meet someone new and you don't like the way you've been going about it, then when you try new activities, you have to also try on new, like, how do I want to say this? Like new character traits, new ways of interacting with humans, new ways of working with relationship. Try different things on. If you are literally they're just giving me example. I know someone needs to hear this because this is coming through, but this might not be for everyone. Likely is not for everyone, for sure. But it's like, okay, if you're typically the sort of person that would never ask someone out, maybe for women, like try it next week, go ask a guy out, make it real obvious, like, I don't know, like slam dunk something, just to try it. Literally like put yourself out there in new ways because these are the actions, and you don't have to do that. You guys, you'll get me. Right? Like you get me. Like it's like just take an action. Just try something. It's like a layer of paint on the canvas. It's like try a new action, try a new step, try a new layer, make some mistakes. Based on those mistakes, look at what you've enjoyed through your process of creation. Continue to do the things you enjoy. What you don't enjoy, what you don't like, create a new decision to create something different. This is a very active manifestation process. This is how you bring anything good into your life. And then go do it. Adjust as you go. We're all learning on the job here as humans, you know? Okay, this stream's getting a little long, so I think I'm gonna wrap this. So, Spirit, any last parting words? What do you think? That's it. That's a wrap. If you love this video, guys, I would love to hear from you in the comments below what resonated, if there are any examples you loved. I do really, really love positive feedback. If there are things you liked hearing, let me know in the comments because it reminds me different anchor points of what I can use for references in the future with videos and things that work. So let me know there. If there's any questions you have, feel free to flag me down. I always answer everything in the comments. Like this video, please. Pump up that algorithm status. Okay, we gotta go viral. It's coming. Probably not in a 70-minute video, but you know, they're coming. Tell your friends about me. Share this video. If you enjoyed this video, share this video with someone you love, because those of us that are on this light worker collective ascension journey always have like at least one or two other people with us around us, and we all need support because we all feel like we're in between this veil of trying to deal with humanity, being like, those humans are so different than I am and I don't know how to interact with it. Anyway, share the video with someone. You'll probably make their day. Tell them to listen to it like a podcast. And if you guys like my vibe and want to work with me, I'd love to invite you to explore those options with me. I'll leave some links in the description below after the video. I've got a couple of deep dive one-on-one programs working with me. You can always send me an email if you want to do an Akashic Records reading. These are very robust, like, I get people big breakthroughs in a session. Like, they're life-changing. So anyway, you can get a hold of me there. I'm also, oh my gosh, I forgot to pull from my Sacred Prayers deck. I'm also launching. It's coming. I've just been so busy, you guys, but it's coming. Jump on the wait list for my Sacred Prayers deck. I'm going to be creating and designing my own oracle card deck for you guys from all the messages that Spirit has given me through the year. All right. Those links are in the description below too. I've also got 2 meditation albums that I think you are absolutely going to freaking love on Akashic Records meditations and wealth and success blueprint meditations. Those links will be below too. Okay, I pray to receive more than I need. I pray to let go and release control to God's source. I pray to see clearly my value and knowing of the subtle asks and dynamics of every exchange. This is a relationship card, and it's a little fuzzy, a little dissolved, which is showing like let go of what's not working, invite in what is working to the best of your abilities. Also, like, pray all day, you guys. Whenever we say prayers, it's like placing guardrails on the subconscious mind that allows you to have bumpers on your consciousness, so you don't do things that you don't want to do, essentially. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'm going to do a quick skim through these comments. Thank you so much, my lovely friends, for joining me today, as always. Hello, all of you guys. So much love. I'm not a Capricorn. I am a Libra. Cancer rising. She's sweet and she's spicy. I won't tell you the spicy placements, but I got plenty of them. Okay, great. Amazing. So much love for you guys. I will talk to you soon. Have a beautiful, wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video. Alrighty, peace.